What's up everybody, it's your boy Cre8ivedre, and today we're going to talk about getting started with photography. So it's been a while since I recorded a video, and I've just been wondering, okay, what do I really want to talk about? What do I want people to gain from the channel outside of editing and taking pictures, right? How to get started and things to consider. So the first question that I would ask yourself is, why do you want to get into it? Is it for money? Is it for a hobby? What's the case? Usually when it's just a hobby, you're just going out and shooting. You may take pictures of your family every now and again, but you're not really in it for the money. You're just in it because you enjoy it. A lot of the time, that can kind of turn into it becoming for the money, and then it'll start to feel like a job. So that's something that you want to think about, because you can lose your interest. I almost had that problem until I learned how to separate myself. So just weigh those options. Is it for a hobby or is it for money? Something to also consider is just the cost alone of having a camera. You don't have to go out and get the most expensive camera in the world, even though you may want it, like myself. But you can go and get you a cheaper setup. My first camera only cost about $200. To some people, that's a lot of money. So just knowing what your budget is, and also understanding that the camera isn't what costs the most, it's the lenses. So I will look all of that up before you even thinking about getting into it, to see if that's something that you can actually afford or something that you're willing to invest in. That's just the cameras alone. If you get more into it, like myself, you get into buying flashes and extra lights that you really don't need, but you want it to improve quality. Lights can get pretty expensive as well. You have some lights that range from, the $20 from, little speed lights, and you can go big name brands. I've seen some flashes cost $800 or more. So just knowing what it is that you really want to gain from it, what type of pictures do you want to take, and also just studying the art. So after you get your camera, you're taking pictures, you're feeling good about yourself. Sometimes some people feel like they're at the top of the mountain, but they're not. You have to take a step back and understand that there's always something that you can improve on, and there's always something new to learn. So as you're taking pictures, you want to pick out your weaknesses. So just going to use myself, for example, my weakness is posing. So what are you going to do to get better at that? Are you going to study magazines? Are you going to ask people for help? Are you going to get up and do it yourself? Those are things you got to think about. So if your thing isn't posing, it may be lighting, maybe composition. It's a plethora of things that it could be. So you really have to dive into it. Not going to give it all to you today. There's plenty of videos on YouTube for that. And there's also Google. Google's free. Just look into it, figure out some things that you feel like you may need to get better at, whether that's editing, color correction, just anything. Shameless plug, check out my older videos, giving you some retouching techniques. But outside of that, the biggest thing is to understand that it does not happen overnight. It takes time. I've been doing photography since 2012, and when I go back and look at some of my old images, I wonder why my friends didn't tell me about myself. But you learn. So as long as you grow from day one and you grow every day after, you'll always feel good about yourself. Another thing, which is a very, very, very big topic, is doing work for friends and family. You will lose friends, you will lose connections with family. I've been through it, still going through it to this day. Some people want that whole family discount. If you're in it and it's a job, a business for you, you're not going to be willing to take that pay cut. You have to treat everyone the same and be willing to tell people no. I've done it. Some people like it, some people don't. That's on them. You got to keep moving and just understand, if it's a business for you, you're going to be willing to stand firm on your price. Don't let people talk you down from what you're worth. That's a whole nother video that we'll get into another day, but stay firm on your price. Stay true to you. Don't get special treatment. And the last little topic that I really want to touch on is self-doubt. A lot of people, they'll think about it, oh, I can't really do it, or it's going to take forever, maybe I'll never learn it. Throw that out the window. You got to believe in yourself and believe in the product that you believe you can give. If you don't, what makes you think your client or other people will? So like I said, just do it and enjoy the process. Make sure you celebrate those small victories of you learning things. Be happy to share your work. You'll always learn from it. Some of the feedback you get may not be what you want to hear, but it's going to make you be a better photographer in the long run. And be okay with learning from your mistakes. I do it all the time. But that's it for this video. It was just a short one. I wanted to just put some of these things in your ear, especially for people that's wanting to really get into it. Just a few things for you to think about and to ask yourself. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.